So, customary is the first episode, and we always start with a tune. This is what we call a second opinion. So let's get started.
What you wicked? Jaja good. Here we go. Yo.
Who's this?
Cartel and Popcorn Dog.
What?
Long time we hear them, man. We come out today, you know. You know, I get the email.
Yes.
Can't tame suck your mother with your keep calm. Rough life, dull color and a beach ball.
But any means necessary, we gone. Get the big blanket to keep me kids warm. Man, I dead in the street warm. When the street warm, peace, then the peace gone.
But until then, roll out with the long thing then. Lock them off as you reach home. Feds not the place, but not to check, no staircase.
It's a goofy bad man.
Night hard.
Banyans, man, I play game dog. Unemployed, but we still want a payday. Searching for the code and for the game changer.
I can start the shopping us.
Yeah. Welcome each and all to my very first podcast. At its very first episode, we call it a second opinion. I'm here with friends, and a second opinion is where we're going to be lying with friends, discussing life, and just getting to know each other. This is where I meet you and you get to meet me. And first, let me introduce you to my first set of guests. Very familiar to me, and I'm going to make them familiar to you. They are going to be my co-hosts from time to time, each one rotating. But I want to introduce you first to Mr. Ken Sambury, and I want to introduce you to Mr. Arvinder Rampersad. Respectfully, each one has their own event company. So this is Empire Events, and that is Winer Boy Entertainment. Yeah, we're talking with big boys on the inside. What's up? Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
Morning.
Good day.
Why Trini says do that?
Nah, because, you know, morning represents the start, and this is the start of something big.
But what exactly is second opinion?
All right, so basically, I just think that we have a lot of informed discussion amongst ourselves as friends, and it is just an opportunity to us to further share some insight and as well as learn from the people on the outside. So this is our way of staying connected, and because my name is Sekon Sta and it's an opinionated something, it's not me singing, it's called a second opinion. So that is the direction I want to go with it, and this is just something to do to just stay in tune with the people now, boy, in this era of technology and stuff.
But we linemen too.
Well, we always used to lime.
So taking a drink, so cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers for that.
Because we always liming.
Yeah.
Ken, you cannot be liming with nothing in your glass.
You had to pour something.
Yeah, you need to charge something in your
I
glass.
had to pour something.
Anyway, we'll do it after. Man, sucking ice, huh? I'm so disappointed. So what's up, gentlemen?
We good, you know, so what I wanted to find out is, you know how it's like a second opinion? So is it that we're going to be commenting on like popular opinion in the stratosphere, like, you know, within the Caribbean, within the world?
Yeah, we're going to be commenting on what is happening in our stratosphere, our end of the world, and even every part of the world, so long as it affects us in any way, form, or fashion. We are Caribbean based, so those people will be locked on in North America. We are Trinidad based, but we plan to go to every single country in the Caribbean and have a second opinion with them because we are all one family. But yeah, this is where you come for the information to what's happening currently, what's happening in the world of entertainment, because we are all in the sphere of entertainment and just have fun.
All right, cool vibe. So what's the topic today?
The topic is simple. Let me talk summer events.
Let's summer events
in the summer. I mean, technically there's no summer in the Caribbean, but
yeah, this is Java.
Yeah, we tend to call July, August vacation summertime. So I guess now we'll say it's Java. What's up in the Java? You have anything for us in terms of events?
Yeah, I have some, man. Actually, next week we having a little viewing party. So, you know, Tribe has this sunset weekend.
Right.
And what I enjoy about that entire occasion is that the first day, they do it for the people. So it's hosted by Lost Tribe. By the way, Lost Tribe won Band of the Year, well, this year.
This year, 23.
And I actually think, just a side point, that is huge. Because as the first time, you know, every time before when somebody won Band of the Year, it was like, I just never really knew them now, they're like the older heads, but this time I felt, I'm not in law Schreiber, but like, I actually spoke to Val before, Val know who I am, so I felt like, yeah, boy, it's our people time now, and they, the Band of the Year winners, 2023, they, along with Carnival Tribe, will be hosting a free parade, cultural parade, showcasing like Tobago heritage, East Indian heritage, or our carnival, our dance, our cultural heritage on Aria Peter Avenue. So we felt like, our first little outing for the Java season had to be something to support Dana Boy, because we just, we feel like, we see that energy, so we having a little viewing party, we rent out a little rooftop, so we're going to be there in the comfort. Yeah. So that's our little first small thing for the summer.
And Mr. Winer Boy, well, I already know you have a lot on your schedule, but could you inform the people about for the next two things, just the next two things?
Well, I have quite a few club events. I believe the summer is one of the harder summers, so I'm not trying to do too much land events where your budget is too high. More club events, boat rides, that sort of vibe. Because this summer is a very hard summer, and I don't think I want to lose any money. So,
so you're saying that you're of the belief that most people are going to be risking.
Majority of land events will lose money this summer, and I don't want to be in that percentage. There's a few that will actually hit, but probably that went already.
But we now start in July.
Yeah, but we were partying since May last year, straight till Ash Wednesday.
Right.
So you must pull back at some point. So I feel like right now we're pulling back to push forward for Carnival 2024. So right now we're in the contracting season.
Oh.
And then we'll explode again come December, January.
So you're preparing for the Carnival season?
After a week.
Ken, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about the statement that you said this summer is going to be a hard summer?
Yeah, I think, I guess hard in terms of doing the regular thing. I think, we as entertainment practitioners, it's our responsibility to change with the time. So if it is you trying to copy and paste 2019 into 2023, licks. You're looking for licks.
Yeah.
That's true.
Let's say over and just take the whips.
Yeah.
You understand? So you had to reinvent yourself. You had to decide what is best for you, because everybody had a journey now.
Basically, a limit your risk.
Correct. Everybody had a journey. So somebody running out and do a LAN event, they had to know what they're doing. I could support as much as I could, and I also had to know what I'm doing now, And I think what social media has allowed and the pandemic has kind of pushed for is for people to kind of go to their core beliefs and really hone into what they personally love. Because if you do that, then what you really have, you don't really have nothing, because you're just copying.
No, 100%. And I'm of the opinion that a lot of people just see other people doing events, and because of their lack of experience in events, they think these people getting through. They come into the event space and then they realize
They think it's easy.
Yeah.
Until they see the expense. Until they see expenses and your actual budget.
No, like
when you're crossing $300,000 in bills.
No, but 300,000 is a cheap event.
Yeah, that's a cheap cooler fit.
No, that's a cheap event.
But the general public doesn't know. We should probably do a podcast on the cost of an event.
But we could give that.
So when you ask me for a comp, and I'll show you this bill, how a comp is paying that.
No, what?
But we'll talk about that later though.
No, I want to ask you now as we're on the topic. How do you feel when somebody comes to you and say, hey, Winer, I really feeling the need to support you, so I need to come for me and my brethren. I can't come by myself. And this person is not a person that you see is going to add any kind of value in terms of...
Well, not to cut it short, but the key word they say there is support.
Right.
How am I giving you a comp for support? You being in effect is support. Like, if I'm giving you a comp, you should at least try to sell a 5 tickets, sell a 10 tickets, or at least support the bar.
True.
There should be some sort of support, not just try to, mama guy, man, yeah, bro, I'm coming to support you by coming. And then most times that person who's saying that coming to stand up in a corner and
not add to the entertainment value of the
no,
event.
just be more of heavy vibes than somebody that actually paying for a ticket.
That's true enough.
So it's better you don't come and you support. If you want to support, at least Selma. So yeah, you coming to buy a bottle.
How you feel about persons asking me for complimentaries, because a lot of people think it's like a normal scene and they actually feel offended when their friend, who's a promoter, kind of say, boy, I can't give you them 2 comps.
I have always been a little bit off the beaten path when it comes to complimentaries.
Say that one more time.
I have always been
path?
Yes, a little bit off the beaten path.
Right.
So, you know the road where everybody go in? Basically, I go in a next road. So, traditionally, our events have never been an event where we would, you know, comp the popular people because they're popular.
I always used to get vexed with you for that.
Yeah, boy. And that's just how it is. Again, remember I say everybody had their that's just my journey. That's just my journey. And I will actually say our journey because I never roll alone, you know. So anytime I say I really referring to the team. And what we would have done, I would always try to, because to me it's about informing people. So you had to watch it from the other person's perspective. Imagine you are a hot girl, a hot boy, and you're getting comps offered every week.
Right.
But then Ken party come up, Ken never offer you a comp. So I would, you know, try to give a little bit of education. I don't know lecture thing, but I would say, hey, well, here, well, how this event working is we are going to organize, you know, all of these things, and we have another event that you could come for free. This is in your event, and you can come and you can support, you can patronize the bar, but this second event we're having is for pay. So that's how we usually deal with it by us.
And that way nobody could be offended. Because, you know...
But as you said, a hot girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, like if it's a hot girl and a customer and comes, at least post on your stories a few
Get some
times.
value to your person.
Get some value to then you're just collecting a come. At least post to tell people, yeah, come in this event. You might get 5 fellas saying, all right, she going, I going on, buy my ticket then.
I jumping out.
So
No, but even ladies
you gotta find the
are
value in it.
Yeah, but you know, even ladies are influenced by ladies too, right?
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
When ladies, if I say I go in some, well, I'm a bad example. But if a random guy says I am going somewhere and throws it up, it's less likely that ladies are going to follow him.
Yeah.
But if a
hot girl.
known person, female, says this is where we are, the other ladies will be like, all right, well, if she's there, I am there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's like, all right, this is what we doing. Because remember, women kind of move as a unit now.
Yeah.
Especially in this time where women are very collective in terms of their mindset and stuff. All right, yeah, this is what we doing. We're moving as a collective now. So it's good to see. I have a random question, and I know it might be a little off the
Beaten
rock.
path.
What is a beaten path? That's not even the question. What is a beaten path?
Right. So, okay. So, you know, back in the days, you would have to beat the path in order for all of, like, you know, the grass and so on to move. Mm-hmm. And then that part, you know, everybody will be like walking on it. So, you know, like when you're walking on a path, not necessarily, like, it's more refers to like when you walk a particular path.
Right.
So, you know, like you have a track and you keep everybody walking there. So, you really cut the grass there because people walk in there.
Oh.
Right. So, that's the part that is being beaten. And if you walk off that beaten path is when you go off. And you just either want to walk in the grass, you cut through the savannah or whatever the case is, you're off the beaten path.
Oh, all right, cool, no problem. I would like to know what book you picked that up in because you didn't make it up.
Nah, I didn't make that up for sure.
So which one to get? Your grandmother?
I don't know, you know. I don't know. Somewhere I just read it. I guess.
Off the
Yeah.
beaten path.
Yeah. somewhere.
All right. So random question, right? So, what is your favorite summer event in the history of Trinidad and Tobago? And the reason why
So you're
I
talking
say
back in the days.
Summer.
Summer event. The reason why I say, in fact, forget summer. Your favorite event in Trinidad and Tobago, because I'm gonna ask you.
Outside of Carnival.
Yeah, what's your favorite event you've been to overseas now, boy? No, even Carnival. You can include Carnival.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite event in the history of Trinidad?
Yeah, what it is.
Me, personally, definitely Ladies First. Ladies First was to me the fete where all the hot girl was. And at that point in time in my life, I was single and you're going where all the hot girl was. So to me, Ladies First, definitely. It had all the top bands. It had Desha Band, Marshall Band, Bunchy Band. I got my nickname from that fete. But not because I got my nickname from that fete. It was, to me, the best. It's just that the ratio was absolutely ridiculous. It was like 5 women, 6 women to a man. You don't find that anymore.
No, that's very
So
true.
to me, as a
Winer boy.
before Winer boy, a 20-year-old single fella.
I mean, you are a whiner boy.
Oh yeah. Right now they're supposed to be winer man, eh?
Yeah. So at that point in time, I think Johnny used to give like 1,000 comps and he had to reach before 10 p.m. So when you walk in that fete 10 or 1 p.m. and it's you and 1,000 women
You have to point out to
starting
people,
this fete.
You have to point out to the people that no men were allowed in before 10.
Yeah, no man. So if you line up as a first man to walk in that fete, it's 1,000 women and you. It's like you're seeing the light. That is fete. So to me, that was because why are we going out? Why are we going to a fete? Even if you're not looking to pick up a girl, it's still easy on the eye.
It's there for sure.
Yeah.
But there's no way I'm 20, I'm going, I'm to not pick up a girl.
Yeah, well, exactly.
That is not happening.
But in terms of event ratio, that is a key part of vibes as well. If it's too much males in a party, sometimes the vibes don't pick up as much. And to me, ladies first definitely was it. And then, well, I went and wine on stage, so it was even easier.
So, quick question. Well, two things. Keep one gallen, dance must have plenty, gal. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Second thing is, so is it true, Arvinder, as a winer boy, there were a line of ladies, a couple line of ladies in front of the stage, and then you would start from one side? Could you tell us?
So
about
it was me and three guys. That was my boys. Still my boys, but at that point in time, that was no pumping.
So
part.
it was
So, wine and team.
It was the wine team, right?
Alright.
So we would have gone from the left of the party to the front of the stage, right? It had a row of women just against the fence. Those days was no Instagram. Facebook now start.
Yes,
So
people
so-
whining
yeah,
without
So them sweaty.
You're whining from the
Sweaty.
car park coming
Yeah,
in.
sweaty,
Your short
sweaty.
pants and Mickle's tube tops is proper
Westport.
thing. So you start from the left, you go to the right, and then you take 2 steps back, and then you go to the left, and that was your whole night.
No.
Just go down the rows. How I got my name, I was whining on a fatty
I think sauce.
at Texas.
Yeah, you love this
And
sauce.
at that time, I was even more scrawny.
It was a spoon.
I was scrawny, I was a stick.
Yeah.
So at stick in a thick sauce, Marsha was like, that is real unity there.
So you was a stick in a tick.
Yeah. And that's how that was the vibes. So we were just on good vibes. Everybody was on good vibes. It was a lot of whining at that point in time. Now it's the total opposite. Everybody stand up, selfies. You have to have a selfie.
You actually get looked down on if you are quote
Loose.
unquote scrubbing down the dance.
Yeah.
Not just that, like you feel like you just walk up to a girl, them going to talk about you. I was in a party and Ken just walk up to me just so
Yeah, that
and
wasn't
try to whine at me. Was he
Yeah,
saying?
sure, tweet that is on
Was
our
he
Instagram
saying?
story.
Was he saying?
100%.
Yeah,
But times
so-
have changed, yeah?
But
Because
not
it's a
not
bit
in
more-
Empire parties, side point.
No, but times have changed.
Or wine
because-
away.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. No, is that true? Sorry.
Oh, they have no shameless.
No, I tell you, it's a different kind of energy. Go ahead. Times have changed.
Times have changed, and I believe that it is very important that women become more vigilant in this era and a bit more protective of
Definitely.
their space. So I could understand that even outside of social media, I think that this change was kind of inevitable now. But
Yeah,
back to you.
12 years was safer than now.
Yeah, well, what I want to add to your point, Nesta, is that that's why I feel like we, event planners, we have a responsibility to create a safe environment for these people. And sometimes the safe environment might be the biggest, Sometimes you might have to take, and the thing is economies of scale, right? So I could tell you already, as an event planner, I could give all this sweet talk. I want to have the biggest event. I could tell you that right now. But at the same time, I have to balance it because I want to have that space where a woman could come, she could dress up or she could dress down, and she could just free up and know how to study. Well, oh my gosh, who's this boy? And just have a good time now.
Yeah, because you trust the crowd, you trust the audience. But to you, you got the same question I posed to Mr. Whining Boy, formerly of Whining Team, Whiner Boy Entertainment. Anyway.
No problem. I remember the question.
Oh, you remember?
Yeah.
But
So
for the people on the outside, I would have forget already. Right?
that's no problem.
What is the best event in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, summer-wise?
Oh, no.
This man hitting me the curveballs there.
I see. I forget the question already.
Yeah, tell me just in general. So,
In general.
so in general, it would have to be beach house, So
Which beach house?
Good, yeah.
yeah, well, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to explain. So, first of all, I actually don't have an answer to say like which particular one I went. I just know it was the one in Carnival. I'm assuming to say I don't know because actually she was in Blanche shares. But let me just get this story.
This has a patron, right?
Yeah, no, actually not as a patron. Story coming quick,
Okay.
point form. So At the time, I was a brand manager at Red Bull. But this time, I was real new in the job. So my boss was like, we're going to do an event. It's an activation. I needed to be a promo boy. This was the one time Ken Sambury was a promo boy.
Did you sit down?
Hold on.
In shorts?
Whoa.
Walk out there? Or Red Bull in hand?
I wasn't, no.
On top of our Pinzy?
It's not that
So
energy.
you're shaking it up, see out there?
So stressed. Back in the days, doing a promo, I don't know how it is now. I can't really comment, but doing a promo was an auspicious thing. At least in Red Bull.
Break it down.
All right, well, I'll explain. So, auspicious, something that you looked up to or you wanted to do, not just because you're making money, but it was seen as something cool, you basically get through to get to do it.
All right, cool. Continue.
No problem, I appreciate it. So I was a promo boy, and Red Bull was unique because instead of hiring somebody just for one day, they would take their time and train the girls. So the girls were more than your regular promo girl. They would have a car, they actually had things. So they used to have a Red Bull Mini and so on. So for me to join the girls and be in this event, it was a big deal because it was a thing. And we went to Beach House, my first ever Beach House, and I just enjoyed the vibe. I enjoyed the crowd. From a marketing perspective, it was very new to me that there were these thousands of people there. I felt like it was 4,000 people there. I don't know, I never count, right? But I felt it was 4,000 people there. And they didn't advertise. It had no flyer. Back in them days, used to give out invites. It had no invites given out. Yeah. It had no radio ads. And then on top of all of this, right? The party in Blanche shares. I remember, I don't know if I get that part. So right now, I want to have a next party in my arrow, and you told me too far. But that was one of the experiences that told me,
prompted you to be,
yeah.
I think that party used to be $1,000 as well, though.
Yeah, right. So all of those factors, imagine.
This was $1,000.
Yeah,
but
it's still real money.
They were also one of the few fests that didn't have artists. They were DJs.
So to me, Beach House was just breaking all the rules. They didn't have artists. The fest is $1,000. This is 10 years ago. Correct. Yeah, they are an expert. They make their own part. They cut their grass, everything. Anyway, so again, point form. We're talking about this fest in Blanche Shares, right? Another important thing was you couldn't see the stage from all of the parts. So it literally had a house, and some of the booths was on one side, so it wasn't you regularly have a fete here and then the stage and everybody watching it. No, not in that party. Next thing is the service was great. Even at that time, sometimes the service wasn't A1. I remember all the vendors, everybody just treated me with love. I said, but what's this? I had to get into this. Then they didn't have any sort of marketing that I saw. So all of these elements coming together. Yeah. It changed my perspective, because prior to that, my perspective, I had one idea of what an event was, and that blew my mind and really inspired me to say, hey, this events thing, although people do it in a certain way, I could find my way, because if you all know me, I about that Blanche Shares run. I about that beach pool.
That's about that run, though.
Well, I go send all the video.
That far, but
that real far.
That no scene. I go send on the video, and when the hot girls there, I've not going to be there. Mark my words, I just let you know.
I have a girl now. I'm not studying that girl.
Anyway.
That far, dog. That's 2 hours. A party 2 hours back.
Boy.
That was when we went 3 seconds.
Cool. Nah, but that was nice, though. Yeah, so, I see what you're talking about.
Ken, you ever went to a party and then way back home, we had a driver fall asleep and wake up 3 times, and we still ain't fucking rich.
Ironically, I actually understand it.
No, that is insane.
No, because that happened to us when we went. Same thing.
Ochi.
When we went to Ochi, yeah.
Yeah, he's up
yeah.
Ochi too.
Yeah, cause I went to Ochi too, and literally same thing happened.
But you fall asleep, wake up, it's still road. Fall asleep, wake up again, still road.
Yeah, that do road.
No, and the traffic was different. But that's...
Yeah.
Which event that was? When me and you went?
FOF.
Right, and me and you went.
FOF.
Oh, 2 in front of... Well, why Jamaican?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, that festival approach was amazing, but we'll come to that.
It was good, it was good.
Yeah, that was
amazing.
It's
worth the drive.
That was worth the drive. So this is what Ken wants to focus on in Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, so for me personally, my favorite event in Trinidad and Tobago, outside of my 2 friends' event, because I'm very biased, is... Honestly, soca brainwash, Yeah, I'm seeing this. There was a year, Private Ryan will probably see the story and get vexed. Remember, I had a year, Ken, that I had gotten 11 brainwash complimentaries.
Good. Dude,
You remember that? You remember that?
$11
comes. That was saying. So I am here sitting and saying, I have 11 brainwash comps, right? But I don't think Ryan realized now. So I'm in a pickle, which is
You didn't have 11 first.
stressed.
no. I have 11 friends.
He had more than that.
I have reference, but it's like, okay, do I sell these or do I just give it out to my team as a thank you? And I say, you know what? I'll tell my team here what. Don't go and drink out the man bar because we ain't pay for this. I'll let you go because I personally have a problem if somebody gives you a comp for you to go and take that comp and betray that trust and go and try to make money on that person's head. So I say I won't do that.
Yeah.
So I call out Ken, Stefan.
That's disrespect.
A whole that's very disrespectful.
Yeah.
A whole battalion.
Yeah.
Battalion music. Anyway, I call it a whole battalion. And we went and it was the greatest experience ever. And that was my first time to Soca Brainwash. And I have never missed that.
That was what? Like probably your first or second one?
No, that was more recent.
That's more recent.
Like I think 2018.
No, 2018 or 2019.
Probably 19.
I think I sang Brave.
I actually was on the first Soca Brainwash committee, and I remember Ryan in the committee meeting. It was somewhere in the avenue. I think it's where Wingett is now. And
As in, that's where the meeting was.
Yeah, and to see where it started there to where it is now, which is probably in the top 5 fets for the year,
Yeah.
is insane to see how consistent and the growth of.
I think it's and what we all spoke of is the quality of events and the attention to
And now it's a
details.
worldwide event.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
the attention to details. Because Soca Brainwash to me is that he puts so much emphasis on the experience, and I guess most promoters do, but a lot of people fall short, and this is where trusting your suppliers or having relationships with your suppliers come in. Because I never had to wait for anything long. He's a DJ, so his music is curated from start to finish. In fact, this year, 2023, right?
2020, yeah.
Right. This year, I saw him get stopped. I'm not sure if the police stopped him or something, but there was some situation where he had to end the fet. Abruptly, right? So I think he begged for like 5 minutes or something and he gave it to him. Bro, what that man do with that 5 minutes?
Yeah. Turn it up.
Dog, that man destroy.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about destroy, Kevin Crown, Rigo Suave, destroy that place in that 5 minutes. And it was so, it was so good that the music stopped and the audience didn't realize, so they just stand up.
Yeah.
Like they stand up there waiting for like 30 minutes. So,
What going on?
but nobody vexed because it's still up now, boy.
Yeah.
That was a
No, well, the whole
experience.
decor, the vibe, everything is crazy. It's like festival standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like for me it's such a beautiful thing really to do events in Trinidad and Tobago. I see like Trinidad and Tobago event wise, kind of like doing tech in Silicon Valley. It's like
What?
Yeah, it's like
Break it down.
Okay, let me explain.
Break it down. That's a big claim.
So in Silicon Valley, San Francisco, right? It's a place where there are a lot of people involved in tech. So yes, you could be involved in tech anywhere you are. Of course, it's online and so on. But if you live there or you're around there,
You are living in tech.
yeah, like you're around people. So it come like a man who, let's say you are number 100, you probably might be number 1 if you go somewhere else. Is the point I want to make here. So similarly, how I see it, when I look on at other people doing events in Trinidad and Tobago, we should recognize that, we really have a beautiful talent. Like when you talk about events like Soca Brainwash, the type of time and attention, the vision that these people have, the dedication to their craft, I think is really something to celebrate. And that's why I'm kind of happy for forums like this and to talk about events, because I think
This is not a forum, this is a lime.
we have, an amazing opportunity to celebrate these gems. I always say, like, you want to give the flowers to Ryan now. Like, we live in it now.
Yeah, big up.
Yeah, like, we live in, like, we actually live in the legend. Like, the events that we go, like, in 2024, you're going to talk about it for years to come. People are going to say, yeah, boy, remember after all, I take relics in 2023? Well, 2024, boy, they tighten up, and, I went... Man, about event and Rose, and oh my goodness, it come like ladies first, second, third, ladies up to 10. I don't understand, and that's because and that's because you remember that is what Winer Boy is about. That's how he started as him.
Yeah.
So for me,
That is very true.
if you're talking destination idea, beach, pool, estate, idea is about the details. So I think it's real happy, you know, it just brings me great joy to reminisce on that experience, because I was thankfully one of the recipients. And I would also like to state, that's what we talk about bringing value, eh? Because, I never experienced event as a patron, because if you all know, I also do video and, you know, provide marketing services. So I went to Cabrinosh a couple of times, being subcontracted as the drone pilot and this and that, working on the after movie and so on. But attending as a patron, it changed my perspective, both on Private Ryan and the other people involved, but on the entire Soca Brainwash experience. And I felt like unconsciously and unwittingly, but willingly, I was an advocate for, this particular event, but I was able to explain why, and not just, it's the greatest thing. It's like, I giving you details, dog. I giving you point form. Why, in my opinion, you should choose that experience, depending on what you're looking for.
And, okay, so we are all well-traveled people here, right? Thank God for that. What I want to find out is, within the Caribbean, and even New York, so let's say the diaspora, within the Caribbean diaspora, what events you went to or been to that made you say, wow, that is not Trinidad and Tobago?
I would say I love soca, Jamaica. Because I love soca in Jamaica. Just hear what I say there. When you hear Jamaica, it's reggae, it's dancehall,
it's
Cartel,
ska.
Bob Marley, Sean Paul, all of them. And they have a fete with 5,000 people.
Was more than that.
Or 8,000 people in Kingston, their capital, for soca music alone, which was mind-blowing to me, because it was like, okay, I know they're doing good, but when we walk in our fete, dog, and is the whole highway have people, dog, it was insane to see soca is so well received in Jamaica, because that is not their main genre. That is not what they are widely known for. That's to show you the power of soca now. But to me, that was mind-blowing. FOF was good because we know why.
Yeah.
But I Love Soca I went fets in Miami and in Miami expect a certain vibe, but nah, boy.
That's what I
I
was
Love
like.
Soca in Jamaica. In terms of opening your eyes.
That's after the pandemic, I was headlining.
Yeah.
So,
No, but St. Lucia too had some big fests which I didn't expect. But I Love Soca Jamaica was really
I
mind
really
blowing.
was shocked. I really was shocked. I was of the belief. All right.
Yeah.
So the
Big up
pandemic
Bellamy and the whole crew.
Yeah, Bellamy, the whole team.
Yeah.
The whole I Love Soca team. I was really expecting as a performer to go there and be small, because I was a part of I Love Soca since it was small. I think the first time I went there, I went to check my good friend Edmund Isles in Jamaica, and there just happened to be I Love Soca
Around that time.
And I just happened to go there, and I happened to get drunk, and I happened to end up on the stage, and it was considerably smaller. So when they called us to come across, and we need you to perform in I Love Soca, and when we went,
Dog.
well, I was like,
You couldn't see the end of the crowd.
yo, what is happening, bro?
Yeah, you couldn't see the...
Wow.
And it's not to say it's Jamaica Carnival. Huh? This is just a random Saturday night. It's not Jamaica Carnival. It's not no particular holiday.
No.
It's just a Saturday night in Jamaica.
Yeah, that was
with like 7,000 people jumping to
I think it was more.
soca. It could be more. I mean, I couldn't even average because we didn't even get to walk properly. And then when you stand up on the stage, you can't see the end, so you can't, as
Yeah,
you try to
try to
average.
average, yeah.
But you couldn't properly average. It was, yeah. But what's your mind-blowing one?
Yeah, Ken, tell us your mind. Because I don't even think I have a different one to that.
Yeah. For me, now the sad thing is, I actually don't know any of this fete, but I can get the story. So I was in Grenada. That time I'm moving with Mr. Spine and Mr. Killer. They running things in Grenada, right?
Pick up something.
Yeah. Mr. Killer actually won Soca Monarch in Trinidad and Tobago. And I had, the privilege of working with the team. So I was real pleased and so on and so forth. Side point. But anyway, back to the story. So Spine say, Ken, wake up so time. That time I was rolling with a young lady named Sinead Ellis and another young lady named Renicia Patrick.
You're calling people name on the podcast, boy?
Yeah, full name, government name too. I tell all about that since last time, you know.
All right.
Well, they could relax there. I call in everybody name. Anyway, but no, but serious thing, I day out my girl and my best friend. So we going up the road. So we decided, here what? You know, they tell us get ready, we get ready. They tell us you dress code, we going up. We say white party, cool. So you know, we from Trinidad and Tobago. So we thinking white party.
Stush.
Yeah,
Stush.
we thinking white party, we going in a little brunch thing, champagne, that's what we thinking, right? But we know it's Grenada too, eh? No, we get a little prep. Because we was passing by a roundabout, Grenada, I like one roundabout. Well, I don't know. I don't know if we have more than one. But the one that we saw, right?
Right.
And I saw a man, I think that was it had the was it the Till I Dead? This was it.
Yeah, Tombstone.
This was the dance, yeah. So men was Tombstone in, right?
Yeah.
So we knew it was real serious. But how we going up country, and it's a far drive too, eh? Boy, when you reach country, everybody in whites, you say, what? But brother, when I tell you mud.
Yeah, mud. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, that mud party.
When I tell you mud.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
My brother, people are swimming. People are swimming and they are vibing. That is the most amount of vibe. Listen, I see real vibe. Trust me, I'm telling you. I see real vibe, dog. But in my life, I never see no vibe like that ever yet. I talking about International Steven was playing. Dog, like, yeah, I talking about like people just having a time, like people just happy. I think the events that stand out to me are where like people, okay, so forget the music, forget everything else, people happy to be there.
Yeah.
So you could see like the crowd is like a curated crowd. Like that crowd really important. The crowd like what we say in Second Sunday, the crowd is part of the story.
Yeah, the crowd is part of the
story. So I felt like I was now no longer Ken, but I was now part of this story here. Let me tell you how dread it was. That party was so good. I don't know what any party said because I thought you reached late. That party was going on, so probably
no, don't stop it. No,
yeah,
don't stop it.
No, listen. That party going up the road. Going up the road. Party finally done. Eh? Like I talking about hours. Them girl and them tired. Think they was excited at first. Them tired, right? Ready to go. No, have a after party dog. Some kind of tree. Listen, this is a true side. This sounding like a joke, but it literally had like I just remember it had a big tree, like a kind of balcony. So just think of it like our Uncle Sam's with like 3 levels. Boy, and when we reach there, we think we coming with the white people. No, with the people wearing white, rather. No, we went and we met people partying there. And then maxis came of people well in their dirty white. And next party, dog, but 3-4 hours.
That is
we need country. Listen.
That is crazy.
Yeah, nah, like after that, I just tell myself.
What they drinking there?
You drink Clark's Court?
I actually didn't drink anything, you know, to be honest.
You real on this?
I was high off the vibe, boy. No, I was high off the vibe.
Same thing tonight.
I was high off the vibe. Yeah, see, you don't know. Yeah. But the point I was making is, like those experiences, like I think one of my goals based on that, I really want to find a way to introduce people in a safe way to those type of experiences. Because that's living.
It has a lot to do with the culture because I have performed all over. And I'm telling you, I had a brand new song that I actually sang with Mr. Killer at that point in time in Grenada.
You had a song with... I go and Google it. Right, go
ahead. Yeah, there's a song I sang with Mr. Killer. And it was brand new. And I was performing in one of Waggy Tea events. So this was a premium event in Grenada.
A big event.
A big event.
Waggy Tea big there.
Bro, I tell you, all I tell the crowd was roll. And big man, in fact, no, I didn't even shock them. Yeah. I saw 2 people rolling in the grass.
And everybody saw it?
No, so after I say, let me go so, I'll be rolling over so. Yeah. Bro, I really excited walk with that cameraman.
I feel like that's what we just saw in Vinci.
Yeah, this is song here.
Second evil come back again. Start, oh blessings said. Now everybody free up on his head. Take up something and wave it. Take up something and wave it.
Now, like I just hear now, dog, and I see it. I close my eyes and I see in Grenada, you know. Take up something. Listen, I tell you, listen. If all you think people just follow instructions, you see in Grenada, them follow the instruction. If you tell them, listen, take up that spoon and carry it over there. Or spoon gone, you know. That's the end spoon there for the night.
They know it's a party.
Nah, them follow the instructions, right?
Big up to the Grenada. Big up.
Now, what the song bad? Why you this came out?
That actually, a funny story about that song. That song was produced by DJ Avalanche. So I recorded it. Other artists recorded it. Problem Child, Charles Marshall, Lava Man, just to name a few. But we came out in August. That is the same rhythm as Hardfet. Hardfet came out in November. Yeah, it is actually funny. People think Hardfet is a single. I'd be like, wait, hard luck. But that's good. Sometimes it wins them. You win some.
No, but,
people think who pay for
okay.
that Bam Bam Day is a single too.
No, hold
so
on.
Go, you win some.
No, hold on. Yes, I know this has been a conversation between both of us for quite some time, but I mean, there must be some way for us, the people. You ever heard that song before?
Yeah, I was a soca lover.
All right, well, sorry.
I listen to everything. That
You get through. But I did not hear it before.
Right. So at this point in time, I want to take a quick break. Let's charge our
drinks,
glasses,
yeah.
and we'll be back with you guys. Yeah, time to charge up them glasses.
No, but
Everybody head on. Do what the hell you want. 'Cause my people get right on. When we reach him, I beg a hurry.
Yeah, man.
yeah, we
Let's say them I can stop chatting.
All right, so this is a second opinion, episode 1, and I want to thank you guys for reaching this far with us. But right now we want to get a second opinion on something that we saw. This is from Jamaica, a businessman and promoter by the name of Andrew Bellamy, and he's speaking on a billionaire podcast from Jamaica, and this resonates with what we're talking about very much right now. So, if you can play that for me, Ken.
It's hard when you sacrifice your money that you sometimes don't even have. Remember, so we're just coming out of COVID, you know. And not everything that glitter is gold. And you need to know that, you know. You watch the biggest events, you know, and at the end of the night, you know, a promoter don't make $1. Everything gone right back to suppliers. Everything gone to the experience.
True, so true.
You get me?
Yeah.
And that's where now, you know, financial management and maturity and good team and a good structure in the business ensure that you don't lose your skin or that you make profit, because you have one director who kind of holding back the extremely creative one and said, no, you can't do that this time, Bella. You have to kind of, the stage can't be 200 feet high. So, and that's actually part of the structure that we have now. You know, it keep me in check. Keep each other in check. It's hard when you sacrifice your money that you sometimes don't even have.
It's hard when you sacrifice the money that you don't even have. Now, there's this perception that every promoter is a millionaire, every promoter rich, every promoter don't make losses. When you see the party looking good, I mean that promoter get through. So, has there ever been a situation, Mr. Winer Boy, I want to start with you, but this is post to the two of you guys. Has there ever been a situation where people look and say, hey, or they get through, but in actuality, you didn't really get through. You either break even or you make a loss?
Well, in certain situations, a break even could be an investment, or a break even could also be a loss for the future. So, for example, for me, I started a new fed this year called Brunching, where it break even.
Then have somebody else and do it. Hey, moving on.
Yeah, well, somebody copied it a few months later and then them lost. But anyway, but it was a break even, but it was an investment, because what I did not do is pull back on the quality of the event, the service of the event, the quality of the drinks, the food, everything. Everybody
Quality of
had a great time.
entertainment. I was there.
So quality of the entertainment. So there was, to me, that was an investment, because next year that fete will make in terms of the longevity of that fete. But if you do that fete and you don't have longevity and see the bigger vision of it, it's like anything you now start. You don't always make it when you now start. It's step by step. But for that fete in particular, to me, a lot of people told me this too, that was the breakout fete of this carnival, because this carnival is tough, but that one kind of stood out. It was early in the season. I mean, it was a very pretty fete.
Very good looking people.
There was very few brunch fetes at the point in time. Brunch parties were trending, still trending, but there were very few brunch
At that
fetes for this carnival. If you really count it, it's probably 2 or 3 alone.
Right.
So of that standard, there was only probably 2. And to me, that was an investment. So yes, there's a chance of losing money always. There's a lot of money jumping up all the time. But your relationship with suppliers, I have a good relationship with suppliers too. So even if you look like you're going to make a loss, if you have a good relationship with a supplier, he would bring down his cost, give you a blight, as Trinidadians would say, to make sure you break even. so you could do an next fit. If you
Yeah.
don't have that relationship and that supplier trying to charge you full price, well,
Crap was
that might be
pipe.
that might be a last fit, and then that's it. But to me, is as with any other business, you now start, you're looking at investment. You can't look at $1 million in your first fit just so. Sometimes I get through, like
Don't make people believe that I get through $1 million. Okay, now
no, I get through $1 million because
Yeah.
when you're paying police $60,000 to stand up in your fit.
Big up to all the hard-working
it's
police
the
officers
officers
that
respect-
don't just come and stand up in effect. Thank you.
No, but your
stress.
bills just be high.
Yeah,
Because you're
facts.
paying police 60,000 and then you're paying security 30,000. So
Yeah, and
just
pay fire.
$90,000 in security.
They had to pay
And fire, and then stage, song, light, food, drinks,
marketing.
bar management, graphic designer, videographer. It goes on and on and on. But sometimes you can make an first fit. So like Rose was a first fit hit, but Brunch and Ice knew it was an investment. So yeah, it's not that all that glitters is gold because people was like, boy, Brunch and sell off. It sell off with vibes. It will sell off next year financially.
I like that honesty
Yeah.
though, because a lot of promoters will come here and lie to the people now, boy.
Nah, you
And
can't.
that's
I
not
don't-
what we do.
Nah. So,
So-
that was my experience.
PCP Sambury. PCP Sambury. On that same topic, how do you feel?
I feel happy.
If
The thing is, but I've just been doing so many events. It's just like I don't even know which one to talk about. But I mean, okay. So overall, based on what Bellamy was saying, I do relate. I think the second part of what he was saying relates more to me. Not that people will be holding my back every day, but I feel like having that mix important on both ends. You don't want it to be a situation where you have all these creative ideas and you want to do everything, but then you don't have that financial infrastructure in place to have your checks and balances so that you would balance the amount of money that you're making with the expenditure.
facts.
But then on the other end, especially as a creative, I want to be with a team who looking to facilitate my ideas now, boy. When I say, hey, like, look to roll Blanche shares, I ain't really trying to hear. I want to know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I want to know all the issues there. Like, I want to know, for example, I don't know what all, but I tell him it like it is. So I want to have a beach lamp in my yarrow. But men will be like, boy, thing is later in the year, rain might fall, thing. We have to do that early in the year. No, that fear.
Men being Nesta and his friends.
Right, but what I'm saying is that fear. If it is, you telling me. So you're not telling me no, You're
It
telling
has to
me.
make financial sense.
Right, yeah, you're not telling me no.
To lose
And assess all
50,000.
it.
Correct. So you're telling me, yeah, what?
Especially as Bellamy said, after COVID.
Correct. You're telling me, Ken, you could go through, but let me go through in April now. No, I already know. I ready tomorrow. My people messaging me
Yeah,
every
that's
day for
important,
this event. I didn't do this event since before the pandemic, And I'll tell you how hard it is. Before the pandemic, I used to have this event 3 times a year. So
Yeah,
it's
I
some.
remember. Star and them went up to.
Yeah. So it's something that, we want to bring back. So I felt like I related to that part a lot. Of course, I don't know. To me, I just never really get caught up in the talk and the hype, So when people come to tell me things, because the thing is, I do real things. So you can't really watch what I have and relate it to what happened in the event or vice versa. My event might do real good, but I might be under pressure or vice versa. But I also do think I would love to hear and share that we event practitioners, we really it's not a free fall, it's not a freebie. It's something that the costs are usually very, very high.
Facts.
Yeah. It's higher than you would think. I want to put it that way, and I know that
10 times higher.
yeah,
Times.
and I do want the patron to be critical and demand, like what you're supposed to get. But I would also want a space where there can be an understanding, whereas it comes to, the respect and the comp asking and so on and so forth. So if you're supporting support, like I said, anybody that don't want to go up the road is not no senior. You don't have to, you don't have to come through now.
And honestly, I have seen you pull off some miracles as a friend. But the word that said was respect, right? So there's a question to you guys both as promoters. I know this is going to land in both of the garden. So
Don't take us sip.
yeah, no, it's nothing bad. How do you feel when persons, because I think there's a general understanding between promoters that, okay, this date is reserved for this promoter or this date is reserved, I do my events on this date. How do you feel when someone comes and says, hey, I'm throwing an event on your date? How does that affect you?
I have a sound effect.
What is the sound effect?
Sit down! Me approve to Trinidad. Me are the baddest. Play it on, man.
But it's simple. Okay, so I remember that you had an event on the same day that Arvinder had his event, right? So, what was the emotions when you saw who dropped first?
Me,
You dropped first.
for sure.
Sure.
Okay.
I absolutely certain.
Okay. So you
I
dropped.
sure. Don't I drop a calendar with it? As well as carnival and I drop a whole calendar.
Can nobody see a calendar?
He ain't see the calendar. He ain't see it. Everybody see the calendar. Besides Arvinder. No, but I mean,
I'll probably see it, but
yeah, exactly. He didn't care. But study how both the events sell off though. They have studied that.
no, there's a balance. I feel like there's a very thin line between it in terms of, so me and Ken would be associates, friends, but we're not besties.
Facts.
We cool, right? And at the end of the day, this is business. As I always tell any young person coming into events, this is our business. Don't believe that everybody call you a brother. Consider you a brother. Because that is fake as fuck. There's a lot of fakeness in this industry where there's a lot of people gassing you up. But in terms of dates for events, nobody own a date. You are not, even if it's your birthday, that is not only your birthday.
Yeah.
So, but if it's somebody in your circle, so you and Sekon were, well, you all are tight. If Sekon come the same day as your event, you will feel away.
No, that's
But because we are just associates, if I come the same day, you can't really feel away. It's competition. Competition is part of the game. There's no business without competition.
Also, what happens when you do events like that is that it creates an ecosystem of party. In terms of like, if there are 2 or 3 big events on the same day, now it becomes more of a discussion. What event are we going to?
Or you might end up going both, and that's what ended up happening with both of us. So your event was earlier in the day, so they went there and then they came by me too. So I benefited from a spillover, as well as the core of my crowd, and you still got a good crowd. But if somebody in your circle, let's say a DJ that I have been hiring 15 times for the year, come the same day and the same time as my event,
That's hurtful.
it's not hurtful, it's disrespect.
Yeah.
And at that point, you had to make sure to crush that person.
Crush your say though.
It's business.
No, so okay. So
If
honestly,
Digicel come out with that deal, right? And B-Mobile come out the next day, the same 5 gigs, $50 less. $50 less. That is B-Mobile come to crush them. That is business. This is a business. This is not a friend thing. This is
so
not a
honestly,
hobby.
I song like if you know, I don't understand, but I actually understand because this year,
It's not a hobby.
no, yeah, this year some peers of mine,
Right.
men who actually thought would never do me this, they decided to do their event on the same day as Second Sunday. Now I am very
This year, I mean, in 2024,
2023.
2024 you live in.
it had an event on
No, so the events didn't happen.
Oh.
No, they did not happen
Alright,
because we
so-
did not play. But
oh.
the audacity, like to me, is like okay. So if a random man down in South do it,
It don't matter.
it don't matter.
Yeah.
But you are my friend, bro. You are my peer. I hail you. I respect for you. If
Yeah.
I see a woman doing some shippiness, I might send you a message and say, hey, bro, just look into that. You understand? I consider
But
you.
right, that goes back to the point. If it's someone you consider a friend,
Yeah.
then it's a disrespect.
And you-
But if it's just an associate, it's not really a disrespect.
I disagree. I wouldn't even do my associates that. Especially if this is established the second Sunday of the year, Sekon Sta.
Right.
Facts. You are in my social circle.
All right, let me come in the center here now.
Yeah.
So I actually kind of in between.
How you feel?
I believe what is key is communication. Because I think through good communication, one would be able to maneuver effectively. Because as an event planner, I would have faced formidable obstacles many a time. I just read a book called David and Goliath by Malcolm Gladwell, and the book pointed out that sometimes an event, you might have this big, formidable force, but once you do your thing properly, you could stand on its own. And to me, it's more about clarity. So I think the disrespect that you would feel when a friend or even an associate does something is more that you're being blindsided, more that is a lack of communication. So it feels disrespectful because you feel like, wait boy, we could have just talk about this and
What's
we
communication.
Bro, he's trying to be political.
in communication.
Bro,
That is
I don't understand what you are speaking about.
communicate to me.
Yeah.
Because
communication with a flyer is not
no,
it.
right. So, but the point I'm making. The point I'm making is the communication is supposed to happen. It have timing too. It's supposed to happen before the flyer. You understand what I'm saying?
I supposed to tell them?
No, right. So let me tell you how I would do it. Right. So I would have my dates. I will call certain promoters. I will call LED. I will call Kosi. I will call. I actually call Arvinder sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, I ain't call it this year because this year I was sick and a little chill.
Yeah,
you understand? So
pull back, yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. Like everybody else. Anyway.
You read the temperature and you realize that this year had a real boss in it.
Yeah, I save money right now into my pocket. You go see just now in a house and thing. Anyway, but the point I'm making is, so I would call certain people. And we will discuss, hey, this is what I'm looking to do and so on and so forth. And I would say, as a promoter, you have to do your due diligence. I think in Trinidad and Tobago, too often we feel like hurt birds.
No,
you feel like
I'm 100% a hurt bird.
you had to do your due diligence.
I'm not a hurt bird. I mean, you can't hurt
No,
me.
don't come
What you
one
say?
day that I
can't hurt
have.
Can't hurt me, a man can't, only God can hurt me. But anyhow, I have that same example that you now said there, which is some associate that I would have called, that I had as a supplier.
No, yeah, the one
I called, I said, yo, I am doing this on this date. This is 4 months before the event. Nobody dropping the artwork 4 months before. 4 months before the event. 2 months before the event, I dropped my artwork. 2 weeks later, after I dropped, the same person I told about 4 months ago, go on the same night as me. But in business, that's supposed to motivate you because you want to win more. I think sports is an integral part of you wanting to win. So at that point, it's now a game. It's either you win or you lose. It ain't no fucking draw in this. It's you win or you lose. And what ended up happening, he got 200 people the same night and bus.
And how much people was
Nobody
2,000.
lives there.
And that same 200 people, 150 come and pay by the door for my event. So, and he was no longer a supplier. And then he started a course. But how are you a course?
The audacity.
Because you are attacking who is paying you. And you cannot, how am I paying you 15 times for the year? And then you trying to shut down one of my events.
Yeah, that don't make sense.
That's
shooting itself in the foot.
So the same thing is, what your point there is invalid because I had communication.
No,
that's the extreme case.
No, I disagree.
No, that's not extreme. That is very familiar.
Let me wrap my point up. Because I still think it's valid. I'm not saying that it's going to prevent people. You know, you can't control anybody else.
I'm trying to get real truth out of me.
That's good.
No, but there's a line though.
That's the point.
Talk about
There's a line.
because they will get hurt more. But anyway.
Yeah, no, the point I'm making is each promoter should do their due diligence. And then if that is done and somebody still is going on your date, although you all had a particular discussion about it, in my opinion, at that point, then you understand where you and that individual stand. It's more like understanding. That's it for me. I just need to know where we are.
Well, my understanding in it now is that there's nobody owns a date.
Agreed.
Anybody could come on a date. At the same time, it goes back to the digital and beyond. While nobody owns a particular data plan. Everybody have a 5 gig data plan. Is what more you providing for it. So you don't own a date. There is a world of event planners and promoters that could come on that date.
Facts.
You don't own that date. There's nothing written to say Sekon Sta could only throw this party on this date. If you want to compete, well, let me compete.
You know, I go dumb.
You're right.
I go
you had
dumb.
to fight. So, know what? 5 years ago, I would, not even 5, probably 8 years ago, I'd agree with you. Be like, dog, how this man come on a date. But you don't own a date. It's competition. This is our business in every business.
No, but he actually agreed with you. It's me talking to him. In terms of he actually said he don't even own a date. It's not personal. Yeah. I am saying, how are you going to do with that? Oh,
it will get personal when it's your friend because you didn't expect that from a friend. You expect that from somebody that you're not good with. If you're good with that person should support you on that date, so you support me the week after.
That's how I
So-
do it. 100%.
Yeah.
So, we spoke a lot, right? But we didn't speak to the people. So, I want to talk more from a professional standpoint now. And this is, I want you to put on your not your promoter hat, but your love for the people hat, right? I want to ask, right? If there's one promise you can give to a patron that decides to come to your event as a promoter, what is the promise and what could they expect from you? This is the last time we're doing this, because the next couple times you guys are going to be my co-hosts.
You will whine. You will whine.
You
Because
will whine.
whining is our culture and is one of our entertainment. So I will try my best to make you whine. Basically dance. And that is lacking in our culture right now. And to me that's a hurtful thing, because going in a party and everybody stand up such,
It's hurt your feelings.
yeah, because our culture is whining. And whining should never die. Because that is our form of dancing. Everybody have a different form of dancing. Every culture have a, and that is ours. So my thing is, whine our entertainment will make you whine. I stop whine, so I will make you whine.
You just know why, bro. I saw you in Mexico.
That's Mexico.
I saw you in
that's
Bailey in
it.
Mexico.
That-
Please insert any wine boy in Mexico. I'll send. Yeah.
But that was my party.
Yeah.
But in my party, I will make you whine. Because I know whine in my party just so. And that's my thing.
Yeah, I actually want to have
I could guess it's beach.
No, I was gonna say I want to have
Estate.
parties for people who don't necessarily want a party.
That has always been you, though.
Yeah, so I think my thing is where I want dimension. So that's if it's to sum it up in one
But what
word:
is the promise you give to the patron who comes to your event?
comfort and memorable experience. You should be able to come to this event and then you don't have to go out again for the rest of the year because you're full.
Same question, you.
Me? Well, I don't.
Because
really
you have
see-
events too.
I don't see myself as a promoter. I see myself as a friend who having a party. That's how I see myself.
Right. But what's the promise? Coming to a Sekon Sta event.
I will give my all.
Okay.
I do not care. At the end of the day, my job is to please. So long as you come by me, I feel as though you come into my house. And when you come into somebody's house, you have to give them everything. Make sure that person has a terrific experience, because share kindness, share love. So that's how I believe. So when it comes to my event, my boat ride and stuff, I had all the giveaways, because I just feel as though, like, it don't even matter now. If you come in and check me, though, you just had to know when they come here is love.
Well, I must say, house nice.
Don't. Yes, they say we are romantic, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but
must have.
yeah,
It have
must always,
variety.
must
It
always.
have variety.
So that's when they come by me for the very few events I have. My thing is more how I feel, and I do not take any shame in saying that, because remember I did a successful boat ride last year, and I didn't even do it this year because I didn't feel to do it. Because if I don't feel to do it, I can't.
Yeah,
give my all.
you're going the energy.
Yeah, so I'm not a promoter. I don't sell myself as a promoter in any way, form, or fashion. I just a friend who will hold a little thing sometimes, and hopefully it'll come true. So yeah.
Okay.
But I hear you have a big thing next year.
Sir, this is not time to promote. This is time to promote people. Right? PCP Sambury, Ken Sambury.
But I feel like if you have a big thing next year, you can tell them.
No,
I totally for that.
Yeah, we're not into that. We're not into
Time,
that.
let's
cool,
keep
cool.
time.
Yeah, we actually lying. We ain't come to promote the
Yeah, what
people
the school?
and
No problem. No
Yeah,
problem.
we in charge
Hey,
of this
disco.
school. We in charge of
I remember I used to
this
see that back in the days. Good
Nice.
times, you know.
Like,
I
you
say
still
that all
say
the
this
time.
school.
I say that
He
all the
asked me if
time.
he coming in disco tomorrow.
Yeah. The school, there was nothing more.
Can we have an old school party and can I call it disco?
We could do that. No?
Yeah, disco. I like it.
Yeah, we could do
So I
that.
have a juve concept and an old school concept now. Love that.
I thought disco ball in you.
Yeah, we had that.
No, nah, but when I think disco, I think some of the best, most fun times as a
You think Zen to run down to have that there?
Zen and Rundown. Zen is a classic.
Zen is the greatest, but I don't know about right now.
Yeah, we haven't seen Zen in a while.
That's what I want to know. Like, I
But
don't
the
know.
thing about disco is exactly what Arvinder was describing. At disco, there's no photo ops. At disco, there's no
Smartphone,
smartphone.
selfie.
At disco is literally you, the people, the music, and your vibe. That's what disco is now, boy. You understand? I
And
remember
whining.
Yeah, real whining. You know, I actually had a way that I used to quantify if an event had vibes with the ticket price back in the days. Because we say the ticket back in the day was like $150.
Oh, you divide by how much wine you get?
We divide by how much wine we get, but we also used to look at the quality of ladies that are walking inside and say, all right, this is a $5 flex party, this is a $10 flex party, and then we will say, okay, so if it's $150, if you get 15 wine, you get your money's worth now, boy. But I don't think people just operate like that.
If you get 51 in that party, no, that party lit. Because right now it's just
bro, no. The 15 wine nowadays.
50 wine hard.
Having the party tomorrow, you having is in residence?
Yeah, big up LC.
What's the name of it?
Dan.
Dan, yeah, I like the name.
So I started with Fever in area, which was dancehall all night. To my recollection, I cannot recall a dancehall all night party in Trinidad. And Fever was that, and then Dan is replacement for Fever after COVID. Because a lot of brands I left pre-COVID to build.
Was it that the...
So Dan is Dan, D, dancehall, A, all,
night.
and night.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's actually
So we're
very
going
fun.
down to
Yeah, I like it.
That's actually very
I like when you put the energy and effort into your name. Yeah,
Yeah, have to. There should be some connection through your name and the actual event. Otherwise, it's just a disconnect.
Yeah, what's the point here?
Yeah.
Agreed. Now you had to read that. Like if you come in now you're trying to run out.
Dan,
Nah, yeah, Dan is.
you need to stop.
Yeah, no, like you had to come. Like that's what I tell you. I love it. I love it. Yeah, you had to come good.
No,
listen. If you catch sleeping, man, stand up on your head.
Right, so going to that point, I believe that Trinidad is one of the most social countries in the world. So we all travel, and when you travel and you go to a club or a bar, it is highly populated by tourists. In Trinidad, you go, today is a Friday, you go any bar, it's highly populated by locals. We only get tourists for 1 week of the year. Well, probably Christmas week too, but Carnival week is the only time we get thousands of people coming here to party. All our bars, all our clubs, all our restaurants are packed on a Friday by locals. So we are one of the most social, if not the most social country in the world. Because I have never seen anything like that. Even the islands, Jamaica party a lot, but
No, the Jamaica, so...
but our quantity of people partying every single week is ridiculous.
Yeah, and the places are like the Avenue, just how
Whether
like
you live in a river
50
shop, or
places,
you
like.
live in residence, or you live in a popular, a high-end place, there is...
like bars per
You
capita.
live in-
Like I don't know if there's like a study on that, like bars per capita.
No, for sure in the Caribbean, there's nobody beating me. Bars per capita, absolutely no one beats
Yeah,
me.
but anywhere, when you go Miami, it's tourists in the clubs.
Yeah, it's fast.
When you go look Mexico last week, it's tourists alone.
No, but that has a lot to do with the economy, like Trinidad and Tobago is
No, it's
has the
our
highest
culture.
GDP.
No,
It's our culture.
no,
Yeah, no,
I
no, it's
believe-
both. It's both. It's the culture, yes, but the culture is based on the economy. Is what I'm saying to you. You understand?
I don't
No, whether
think
we
the
have
economy
whether
is
we have
really
money or
right
not, they will spend the last dollar on a bottle of rum.
Yeah, I believe
So
that. I agree
you
with
could
that.
be high or low. If we high, we spend it to celebrate. If we low, we spend it because we stress.
Yeah.
But we spend it on the same alcohol.
I believe in the pandemic, actually, that Angus Road registered some of the highest
Yeah.
sales when people was at their lowest point. And that's because our culture is such, even in a time of crisis, we need
Are going to drink.
Yeah, I wouldn't say just drink.
We had illegal COVID parties. Where else was having that?
Nah, I honestly,
Well, I mean,
I
places
travel a little bit in COVID, and I could tell you, like, honestly, Trinis are very compliant. We are very compliant when it comes to regulations.
I don't know about that.
No, don't let them fool you. Don't let them, bro. I was out in a different
Florida
country.
different, Florida.
No, not Florida, Caribbean. I was out in a different country.
Yeah,
and
because they need tourists.
and still, I was out in a different country. I'm not calling any country. And literally, they were locking off. Let's say it's either 10 or 11. I am panicking by 9. I'm expressing to my friend, we need to go. But then I realized nobody's leaving. And then after, the time comes when it's curfew to leave.
To go in your yard.
It's right. We now get into the vehicle. Police reach. But police not coming to tell people lock off, you know. Police come to tow vehicles that are illegally parked. Illegally parked. I was like, what is going on? And then I proceeded to another event. I'm like, nah, this is not serious.
So what do you want out of second opinion?
A second
This is a
opinion?
serious question here now.
So honestly, I just want to continue to talk to the people. I want to share experiences with friends. I want to learn from my guests. So I learned a lot from you guys. Most times we talk, but we don't always get to pick into each other's intelligence. So I would like to pick into people's intelligence. I would like to share that with my friends and hopefully somehow change somebody's life for the better. It doesn't necessarily have to come from me, but it has to come from somebody who sits on this chair. And
If you help one person, it goes a long way.
yeah, and as well as I get to drink with my friends.
Yeah,
So
it's a lime. It's a
It's a
lime.
lime.
See?
It's a lime.
Everything is a lime.
And from that, the lime is now officially over. I want to thank everybody for being here for the first episode of A Second Opinion. I mean, I wish we could go longer, but all great things come to an end. But next week, you never know who you have in this share, the black share. Thank you guys so much. God bless. God is love. And it's your favorite tallest soca artist, Sekon Sta, signing out.